The book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation. And unto Yahweh belongeth the issues of death. Okay, first and foremost, I like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, and salutation to the archons that pushing in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. Alright? And in this lesson, obviously, as I just read, that Yahweh, the issues of death belong to our Heavenly Father, man. Okay? And that some killings or some assassinations or whatever you want to call, all right, that is imminent, that there'll be something done by it, man. You know, some of these generals and, you know, leaders of armies and different aspects of people, military, are highly honored and revered, you know, throughout the, you know, the people in position under them, the people in position over them. All right, and some things you can't just, you know, you can't always just go there and shake hands at a table with. All right. Now, you know, we wouldn't have to shake hands in our kingdom, obviously. All right, because this is a kingdom, not, it'll be eternal peace. But here, you can't keep going bombing and, you know, killing what is it, the soul of many and different you know, Iranian generals, and you know, just you ain't gonna just be able to keep doing things. And even when somebody from the other nations do get killed, then the people that they're at war with or beefing with, they are the first they prime suspects, man, whether they did it or not, right? Because when you gotta explain yourself in Salagit, you gotta, you know, get a call and ask, you know, was you involved in this, or you getting the blame for something, okay? Then that lets you know you are at war with a person, man. Okay? And let's read this. It says Russian general killed by Moscow car bombing and latest attack on top military officers. All right? Let me just play this real quick.
Frightening free radicals are everywhere. Luckily, Palm Wonderful's antioxidants help defend against them. Real life is scary. Protect yourself from free radicals with Palm.
Yeah, whether it's an inside job or not, all right, everything points to we going to war. We in war. All right. You got like the elders say at camp, you got keywords that's been in the last couple years, 5 to 10 years or so, everything been nuclear, war, you know, war, rumors upon rumors. All right. At some point, right, boots gonna hit the ground. Right, guns gonna face each other. It's like hitting a bullet with a bullet, man. All right, it has to happen. It gotta meet. Okay. And certain, like you say, certain little proxy wars kick off greater wars. There have to be a World War III. Okay, that has to be. It says a Russian general has been killed in a car bombing in Moscow, with officials pointing the finger at Ukraine. See? And who backs Ukraine? Who give them their weaponry? All right, the finances, you know, different, you know, things to carry out attacks against them. It says for the latest assassination of a senior military officer. Right? So this must have been a high-ranking officer. Lieutenant General Fanel Savial, who ran the Armed Forces Operation Training Department, died after an explosive device installed under the chassis of his car exploded on Monday morning, Russia Investigative Committee said in a statement. Investigators are pursuing various motives for the murder, calling it a murder off the top, right? They ain't even consider saying it could have been a suicide, anything. It's just a murder. One of the theories is that the crime was organized by Ukrainian special services, right? In Ukraine and Russia been at war for some time now, for some years, all right? So anything happened to the Russian people, right? Obviously, it's going to be from Ukraine, which is indirectly from America, man. Russian President Vladimir Putin said was immediately informed of the death of Sovorov via special service channels, according to Kremlin. Several prominent Russians have been killed by explosive devices or shot dead in Moscow in attacks blamed on Ukrainian security services since the full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022. All right, but like you say, when certain people get tapped get touched in the wall, things kind of get, hey man, about to, wouldn't be surprised if Russia about to hit Ukraine with full force, man. Which gonna force America to intervene, man. Right? Gonna have to intervene because Russia could really wipe Ukraine out, man. At some point, the Lord, it says, let me get this. Haven't went to it in a while, right? This Proverbs, already down. 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of waters. He turneth it whithersoever he will. You see? So the Lord controlling these kings' heart. In the NLT, the king's heart is like a stream of water directed by the Lord. He guides it wherever he please. All right? So the Lord is putting it on men's heart to target certain people in militaries and high-ranking officers to get killed and annihilated. Remember, the issues of death belong to the Lord. All right? It's sanctioned by the Lord and it's carried out by his mighty ones. Right? See that? It says video released by Russian state media Monday showed a badly damaged vehicle in a parking lot in a middle-class neighborhood of Moscow. Sovorov had been head of the training department for 9 years, according to the state news agency TASS. The 56-year-old had previously carried out the task of organizing and conducting an operation in Syria when Russian forces were backing the Assad regime. Several Russian officers killed. Senior Russian officers killed in Moscow have included Lieutenant General Yaroslav Moskalik, deputy head of the main operation department of the general staff, who was the victim of a car bomb attack near Moscow in April. A year ago, Igor Kirilov, a general in charge of Russia's military, nuclear, and chemical weapons protection forces, died after an explosive device planted on a scooter was detonated near the entrance to the residential building. Ukraine swiftly claimed responsibility for that assassination. Wow. Yeah. Others who have been killed, the founder of a pro-Russian militia group, Armin Sarkisian, described as by Ukraine as a criminal mastermind who died following a bombing in central Moscow in February this year. So it's a pattern. All right. So when certain these generals die in particular ways, all right, they just look at the pattern of it and know it come from so-called Ukraine, but it's the Lord, ultimately, right? Says several prominent political figures have also died, including a leading figure in Russia's nationalist movement, Dara Dugini, 2022, influential pro-war blogger, Vladimir Tatarsky was killed in a cafe bombing in St. Petersburg in April 2023. All right, but let me get this here. All right, it's Isaiah 13:4. This won't be long. We'll see what come of this, right? Because like you say, it's gonna take the right person to die, then all hell gonna break loose. All right, it's gonna be a snowball effect. Isaiah 13:3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. Who rejoice in the Lord's highness? The angels, the hosts of heaven. The noise of a multitude in a mountain, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle, man. You see that? So the Lord mustering everything up. And these people got to meet, all right, right in Saudi Arabia, on that front line, right where that river dried up at, and they got to do work. So at some point, listen, everything have to come to a head. War has to happen, man. Right? The Lord is reckoning war between these nations, and He'll do it by ways of what? People getting killed, debt, He's assigning putting the issues of debt surrounded by things that points to the war, man. So go ahead, keep killing generals, man. Kill some Ukrainian generals, for all hell's sake. So this war can start, man. All right, because at this point, all the we got this one, we got that one. Man, hit the whole fucking Ukraine, man. Just nuke Ukraine. Ukraine, nuke Russia. I guess it ain't that easy, right? But that pretty much was the point, Let's see where this news carried at, man. See if it be something carried out on the Ukrainian general, somebody high up in the military, man. So yeah, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Till next time, I say shalom.